I have fallen down the rabbit hole and I'm not coming out anytime soon. Or off the hole, out the hole. I'm not coming out of the hole anytime soon because I am mind blown by this band. A band that I would have considered to be evil. The imagery looks really dark. It's creepy and scary. And some of the titles are even very concerning. And yet it turns out that they have impressively, amazingly profound lyrics, amazing compositions, and I'm here for it. So let's listen to Iron Maiden, Wasted Years. Wasted Years. This one is the second most popular one on YouTube. I'm going to work my way to the Number of the Beast and Wasting Love, but I'm going to deal with Wasted Years. Do you feel like there have been years in your life that are wasted? Is there anything you would do differently if you could turn back time? Make sure to subscribe for music from around the world, all genres, psychology, philosophy, and so much more. Are you ready? Wow. Oh, we're going to talk about these lyrics. You guys know we're going to talk about these lyrics. Wow. I love the harmonies here, by the way, and the timbre of his voice. There's something about the 70s, 80s rock that's just this timeless voice, the vibrato, the vocal range. It's hard to come by these days. This is shaped music history. What an honor that we get to hear this. my golden years of my life is over. I want that riff among many songs. There's going to be like a concert. My funeral needs to be a concert. Just have music, just a lot of music. But that riff and that chorus needs to be one of the things played. What a powerful message we're going to talk about in a second. But also, real quick, growing up, like I said a few times already, many times to be honest, this is things I wasn't exposed to, didn't want to hear, wasn't interested in, was maybe old people music. I'm sorry, guys. Or I thought was evil. And I see these skeletons, figures, images, and it's funny, it's amusing to me because I think it's just so human. It's not demonic to me anymore because I think this is just people trying to understand yin and yang and dark and light and scary things and happy things. For some reason, though, we are scared of the unknown. So when we see something like this or anything that may imply death or darkness, we think, this got to be evil. And as I got older, I see videos of Campus and Pachten, the costumes, and I see images like this, and I'm thinking this is just humans' desire to understand nature and life and good and evil and things, right? Just as much as philosophers in ancient Greece would ponder things and have discussions for God knows how long, just as much I'm sitting here trying to analyze these songs and the depth of it. We are trying to always understand life. And I see images like this and the playfulness and the rebellion and the goofiness, or I see cultures where facial expressions that almost look scary are part of their heritage and culture and way of communicating and art. That's not evil to me. If anything, if there is anything demonic, I think it's more so when innocent people are being hurt and people suffer in war, when kids are being hurt, when people are ugly and unkind to each other with words and we destroy one another. If anything's demonic, it's that in my mind now. Not these scary looking images of people just trying to make sense of the world. And I just find it so, I'm grateful that I get to experience this. This song was released a year before I was born. Wasted years. And look at me now. I'm 38, but this is 39 years since this song was released. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this in such a different light than if you would have shown me this when I was 19 or 25 or 10. It's fascinating how we hear things differently in different stages of our life. And it takes life and experiencing those wasted years to really understand this. But musically, his voice, like I said, there's something so legendary about that voice, the way they play together, that guitar riff, it just got under my skin. A beautiful piece of art, that piece of music alone. But then we look at the lyrics and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I think modern day music, some of these artists, not all of them, there are still many amazing artists out there today. Some of the artists that the music industry curates, and then we'll go into the lyrics. Subscribe, don't go anywhere. Some of these curated artists that we have been fed, where we have gotten so used to being entertained. Show me the coolest dance moves, do the craziest runs with your voice, give me a hit that I can bounce to. Have rocked us into sleep where I'm guilty of this, I can't speak for everyone. We sometimes forget just how much creativity and identity of a person goes into these songs. I see these artists with their luscious hair and their amazing voice experiencing love rock and roll, right? And the prime of their lives. And I'm forgetting, as I'm hearing these lyrics, I was reminded these are artists who were deep. They were not just pop stars out here to entertain and get all the girls or the guys and get a bunch of money and have a good time. Yes, that applies to some. And yes, many in the rock and roll era and in the music industry are living exactly that life. But there were and still are artists who, while they may enjoy the money and the fame or the attention, really are the creative type that long to put their thoughts on political matters or on societal matters or on mental health and psychology into art. And I think the dilemma sometimes with modern day music is that it just feeds us something curated to entertain us for a few minutes before we keep scrolling in this swulture, as I call it, the swipe culture. And I forget that these are artists who have something to say, and these are statement pieces, and these are dissertations, musical dissertations on various topics of artists that really long to create. They're not just out here looking to entertain and throw their luscious curls around. Yeah, they're having a good time. They probably don't mind all that other stuff, but there's something of depth to be explored here. Waste years, 1, 2, 3. Sorry. From the coast of gold across the 7 seas, traveling on far and wide. It's painting this beautiful picture of adventures and exploring the world. Now it seems I'm just a stranger to myself. You can gain the whole world and lose your soul, scripture says, right? You can travel the world and across the seas. You can experience fame as an artist or just travel the world because you chose to. You can go across the coast of gold and so much beauty and amazement and wonders in this world, far and wide. But sometimes we forget who we are. We become a stranger to ourselves because we don't experience the yin and yang of both understanding the outside and the within. We forget just how beautiful and magical all of this is, and we lose ourselves in this world. All the things I sometimes do, it isn't me, but someone else, right? Who is this thing? What is this thing that drives me? I see here a deep longing to understand yourself, to understand why I am the way I am, what's driving me. I close my eyes and I think of home. Another city goes by in the night. Here I'm hearing a band sharing their experience as artists. We had glimpses of different footages from history, but we also had glimpses of their various Iron Maiden logos and caricatures, and we had glimpses of them rocking and performing. Is this their journey on the road all the time, losing themselves? This a city, another night, another city goes by. I think of home. Ain't it funny how it is? You never miss it till it's gone away. My heart is lying there. Will it be till my dying day? I hear a lot of conversation here about what you experience when you are traveling, you're touring, maybe those who've been deployed or people who are either literally away from home or psychologically and emotionally feel away from home, from self. And we're always chasing something. This could be taken different ways. Those of us who've been away from home or feel lost know what this is like. This doesn't just have to be you being a touring musician or being deployed through the military. This could be you living abroad. And feeling lost, feeling like you, at one point in your life, I was just thinking about this yesterday, I started feeling out of place wherever I went. At some point, and I had to try to go back as far as possible to figure out where exactly that started. I started feeling out of place, like I'm going through the motions, I'm being dutiful, but I'm not quite there. So this is beyond just being physically away from home. I think this could also be away from yourself, away from understanding the point of life and who you really are, always searching, always feeling lost. Don't waste your time always searching for those wasted years. This is powerful. First of all, a lot of our anxiety comes from us dwelling on the past or worrying about the future because we're not in the here and now. And my husband was just talking about this yesterday, how so much life is wasted because we're not present. We want to still figure out what happened in the past. We worry about what's ahead of us, and we're not in the here and now. And those lyrics are so profound. Don't waste your time. We have limited time. Always searching for those wasted years. I think, me included, some of us have the tendency to think about what should have, would have, could have been. What would have happened if I did this with this person, or if I wouldn't have said yes to that, or would have said no to that? Where would I be if I stayed here or moved there? And we spend so much time thinking about those years we deem wasted. We claim them to be failures. We live in regret. We live in the wonders. Even if we don't have any regrets, we might spend a lot of time daydreaming, romanticizing the past or alternate options and realities of who we were or could have been. But by doing so, we're wasting time. Face up. Instead of saying look up, I like that we're saying face up, because it makes me think of looking up, but it also makes me think of facing up your choices, facing your life, facing who you are, yourself, your past, your choices. Owning up. I take that both ways. Make your stand. Realize you're living in the golden years. That part got my attention. I'm sure you saw on my face. That part is so poignant, to understand that the life that you are now living is what you dreamed of years ago, is what you prayed for, is what you hoped for. And yes, I could hear some of you guys saying, no, I didn't. I've lost my spouse. I've lost a child. I'm going through divorce. I'm struggling in my job. I'm not where I want to be. I'm chronically ill. I'm bound to my bed. I'm not dismissing those pains. Please hear me. But you are still alive, you are still alive. And you wouldn't be where you are right now if you wouldn't have loved. As painful as it is to lose someone, you are hurting because you loved. And you wouldn't be where you are now grieving the love if you would have never had the love. And that is not, again, in no way, please don't misunderstand me, to belittle pain. It is to say that some of the pain we have is because we want the alternative, because we've lived the alternative. There was a time where we weren't hurting. Those were the golden years. There was a time where we had who we miss. And that was the love we experienced. And we got to experience that. But in a lot of those years where we are living the health, the joy, the peace, whatever, we are so busy striving for what's next that we miss out on those golden years. And we forget that we are living in those golden years right now. If we have breath in our lungs, this is a gift. And the things we chase that are either in the past or in the future are no longer here or not here yet. Right now is where the life is at. Right now is where you get to make changes that are hopefully better for you, or find peace and comfort in relationship. Again, not to dismiss any pain you might be going through, but to show you that there still is gold in these years right now. In this very moment, there's still something good if you just look for it. Somehow, somewhere, as little as it may be. Too much time on my hands, I got you on my mind. Can't ease this pain so easily. Now we're back to the relational elements of missing someone, being on the road or distant. When you can't find the words to say, hard to make it through another day. It makes me want to cry. A lot of honest conversations about emotion, and then back to this idea of don't waste your time searching for those wasted years. Make your stand and realize you're living in the golden years. Understanding that these times where we worry away, where we get so consumed with what we look like or what we're working for or the bills that we got to pay, yet another thing to fix around the house, another marital conflict to overcome, another thing that children need, we forget those were the golden years. And those of you who are now up in age or have lost someone or are hurting and chronically ill, I think you could attest to the rest of us that those years when that wasn't the case were the golden years. And I wonder how many of us know that truth for some reason we don't grasp in our young, ignorant youth, but only once we've lived some life, that those truly were the golden years and that we need to do better. We should have done better then, being present and not worrying so much about now. But perhaps that goes for now too. Does that make sense? I hope you're following what I'm saying, and I hope you can find encouragement in that. Make sure to subscribe. Loving this. Amazing, amazing work, once again, by Iron Maiden. Thank you for being on this ride with me. Subscribe for more, and I will see you on the next ride. Ayo!